back now on EA Sports at Venerable Soldier Field here in Chicago. It's Lion football as we jump right into the action in the first quarter of play. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Zach Pascal, 76 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback action.
Oh, Cohen lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time...
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they decline the penalty. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Now a first down throw, Fields. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Touchdown, Chicago! Rondale Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He's going deep for Brown. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Chicago. On first down, Fields. Yeah, he's got it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was first and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll drop this one down to Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first down, it's Fields. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Room here to run. And how about that for just running out the clock? And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before the break. Fields. He's going deep for Brown. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. Najee Harris with a touchdown run. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Demarcus Robinson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jameis Winston has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes Justin Fields. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Chicago.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Play action. It's Fields. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Throwing again is Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his second. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they're going to speed things up here. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him, and now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Fields. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. He finds his man complete. It's Moore. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 24, Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Lions are going to take over once again. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the 50, here's Fields. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Fields throwing again. A big connection on that one. 34 yards to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Quick slant to Brown. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Fields. Escaping the press. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly... And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. He's going to let it fly. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Off play action. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get... Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they snap out of their doldrums and improve to 2-6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.
You have grades for each position that range from A to F. Browse available players to improve your team.
today. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Hillman. His way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. First down, a run with Cohen. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback.
Touchdown, Bears! Rondale Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. They'll run on first down. Herbert, and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he's got some space here. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 115 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to Cohen. He heads right. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields flushed out right.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
On 2nd and goal, Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields
taking it in from 7 yards away as the Bears push further out in front. So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It does. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Zach Pascal, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From Motown, we'll take the trip across Lake Erie to Cleveland to check in on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. In that game, level, as they take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Fields on first down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. On third down, Herbert, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He's going deep for Brown. This is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Eluding the pressure right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a hold to avoid the contact. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And some space here. He will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
That's complete to Mooney. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it. Cross midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the 2nd half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums. Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is...
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught by Cohen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's a 2nd and 7. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was
today, from Soldier Field in Chicago,
so now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle.
And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A.J. Brown. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And this is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for him. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This is Cohen. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. On play action, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now it's Fields. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now Fields.
Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he completes it to Cohen. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
On 2nd down, here's Fields.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Eluding the pressure right.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Raiders are going to take over once.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Cohen. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off play action. Fields. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown! That's caught. A.J. Brown as the first half is winding down. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This will be caught once again by Brown. And
finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Again, Fields.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields
taking. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
DJ Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
To try again after the sack.
Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears turn. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better.
He's got him in, complete. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
His throw caught at about the 5. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Touchdown, Bears!
Jarnell Mooney.
His first. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession?
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And it's complete to Mitchell. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
To the air again, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
on the ground. It's Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd and 8 coming up. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Oh, and now some space to operate. He's at the 50. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking down.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, 91 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got to... So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Bears, their playoff chances take an uptick as they...
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, he finds Moore. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Flushed out right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st down, Fields. High throw, but the catch is made. And they work this well upfield. Across the 45.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Fields throw here into the hands of Moore.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Touchdown,
I ain't worried about it.
Chicago.
Rondale Moore with touchdown numbers.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be...
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run.
The tackling in this game has not been good so far, and we've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort, I don't know if it's technique, but they'll have to work on that in practice.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown! Rondale Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
On first down, it's Fields.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll start with a give to Cohen.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our two games later today. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital, a big test for the Washington football team as they'll square off against the L.A. Chargers. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A big play that time on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give. This is Montgomery. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing.
Back to throw. Fields. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Cohen. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown, Bears! A.J. Brown with touchdown numbers. Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one taken in by Cephas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Wiggles free.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown, Detroit! T.J. Hockenson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A.J. Brown with us. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Throwing again is Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, nice move. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Fields on first down.
Dancing to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears are closing in on a third.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He's going deep for Brown.
And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even, but it's second down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown, Chicago. A.J. Brown, 50 yards. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
Here's Fields.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, there's just about...
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,